Hi, my name is Carissa, and I'm a teen librarian at the Columbus Metropolitan Library's Hilliard branch. Today I have some of my favorite graphic novels and comics that have come out within the last couple years, and I'm excited to share them with you. So to start, the first one I want to talk about is Ms. Marvel, Volume 1, Destined. So Ms. Marvel is back, and she is magnificent. Kamala Khan is your average American teen. She goes to school, she has homework, she hangs out with her friends, she writes fanfic, and she protects her hometown of Jersey City from supervillains. Okay, so maybe not quite so average, but everything is not business as usual. Aliens have invaded Jersey City, and they are really interested in Ms. Marvel. Could Ms. Marvel be the chosen one for this alien race? Eisner Award winner Saladin Ahmed and Mikyud Young take the reins for one of Marvel's most beloved young superheroes for the start of a whole new era. The next book I want to talk about is from New York Times bestselling author and CXC keynote speaker Gene Luen Yang, and he returns with his newest title, Dragon Hoops. Now, Gene understands stories, comic stories in particular, the action, big thrills, and the hero always wins. But Gene doesn't get sports, and as a kid, his friends called him Stick, and every basketball game he played in ended in pain. He lost interest in basketball a long time ago, but at the high school where he now teaches, it's all anyone can talk about. The men's varsity team, the Dragons, is having a phenomenal season, and that's been decades in the making. Each victory brings them closer to their ultimate goal, the California State Championships. Once Gene gets to know these young all-stars, he realizes that their story is just as thrilling as anything he's seen on a comic book page. He knows he has to follow this epic to its end, and what he doesn't know yet is that this season is not only going to change the Dragons' lives, but his own as well. The narrative combines the blood, sweat, and tears drama of a sports story with elements of gonzo journalism, narrative nonfiction, and action comics, juxtaposing play-by-play accounts of games with explorations of players' lives and the broader history of the sport. The next book I want to share is Skyward Volume 1, My Low-G Life by Joe Henderson. So this takes place in a world where one day gravity on Earth suddenly becomes a fraction of what it is now. 20 years later, humanity has now learned to live with its new low-gravity reality. And to Willa Fowler, who was born just after G-Day, it's pretty awesome. You can fly in the air. I mean, sure, you can also die if you jump too high, so just don't jump too high. And maybe you don't get mixed up in your dad's secret plan to bring gravity back. That could get you killed. Writer Joe Henderson and artist Lee Garbett create a richly creative world built on one simple premise, a world of low G. The last two books I want to share are based on one of DC Comics' most beloved supervillains, Harley Quinn. The first book, Harley Quinn Breaking Glass by Mariko Tamaki, has Harley arriving in Gotham City with just $5 to her name. She's gone to live with her grandmother, but recently discovers that she's passed away, and the finest drag queen, Mama, is now living in her old apartment. And at first, it seems like Harleen has finally found a place to grow into her most true, with new best friend Ivy at Gotham High. But when Harley's fortune takes another turn, when Mama's drag cabaret becomes the next victim in a wave of gentrification that's taking over the neighborhood, things aren't what they seem. Now, Harleen is mad. In turning her anger into action, she is faced with two choices. Join Ivy, who's campaigning to make the neighborhood a better place to live, or join the Joker, who plans to take down Gotham one corporation at a time. The fast-paced plot, enhanced by Harley's trademark style of speech, examines the impact of gentrification, and Harley's character development follows a redemptive arc that will have readers rooting for her and her beautiful family. Eisner Award-winning author Mariko Tamaki and artist Steve Pugh create a coming-of-age story about choices, consequences, and how a weird kid from Gotham goes about defining her world for herself. The last book I want to share is Harleen by, I'm going to get this wrong, Shetaban Shajic. Dr. Harleen Quinzel is a young psychiatrist with a potential cure for the madness that haunts Gotham City. She must prove her revolutionary theory to a skeptical establishment by delving into the disturbed minds of Arkham Asylum's deadliest inmates. But the more time she spends with her criminally insane subjects, the closer she is drawn to one patient in particular, and the further she falls away from reality. The artwork is stunning, capturing both the intimate relationship the reader must have with Harleen, while also having panels that are cinematic in scope, bringing the vivid action to life. The art is bold and vibrant, but never shies away from the darker undercurrent of the narrative as we witness Harleen's first steps on a doomed quest that will give birth to the legendary supervillain Harley Quinn in this stunning reimagining of Harley and the Joker's twisted and tragic love affair. I hope you enjoy these graphic novels that I have shared with you today, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your time at CXC.